Strongman is a sport like no other, thanks to its huge variety in events, equipment, venues and conditions, and it's really thanks to that variety that it's such a hugely entertaining sport to watch. Today we're going to take a look at 100 of the wildest moments in Strongman, from incredible performances, unfortunate mishaps, bizarre events, emotional outbursts and everything in between. First off, we have the Europe's Strongest Man from 1984, where the strongmen had to complete an awkward looking boat pull. Unfortunately, it proved too awkward for Lasse Norren.
He's up already, and he's into the water. The stewards there quickly going to the aid of Lasse. That halter is very heavy, so it could be dangerous, but I think he is all right. I don't know about being Europe's strongest man, but Lasse Norren must be Europe's wettest at this moment. What bad luck for the Swede.
Next, we're going way back to 1979, Britain's Strongest Man, where the athletes were challenged with one of the purest tests of strength, the phone book tear.
Pretty well there, Jim. He's having some trouble.
Andrew Clayton wins Clash on the Coast 2023 and has a few choice words for the competition organisers.
Who wants to see another one? Woo! How many years? Did they not invite me? 2 years! So 2 more reps! 2 more reps! You gotta be kidding me! 2 more reps! Give me another one! Give me another one! Give me 14. There you go! Give me 14. I told you to invite me, and you didn't! And I tore my leg on the deadlift, and I'm coming for everything! You gotta be fucking crazy! You always invite me! I'm a man! I'm a man! Yeah! Ah!
Lucy Underdown becomes the first strongwoman to break the 300 kilo threshold on the max deadlift. Sven Karlsson is enraged after missing a record-breaking lift on the axle.
This is why he's been world's strongest man. This is why he wants that world championship belt. Well, Sven Karlsson, not quite sure what he's saying in Norwegian there, but I'm guessing he's not very happy.
3 athletes battle it out on the deadlift hold to make the UK's Strongest Man final.
Hold it! Come on! Come on, guys! Oh! Fantastic! Well done! Well deserved! Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! That's how much effort he put in. Yes! That's some effort! Sure, he's fine. Just probably a rush of blood to his head. He'll be okay. But he's got the most important thing, he's got a position into day 2.
Thor Bjornsson lifts a record-breaking 474 kilos on the elephant bar deadlift. Strongman gets scrappy at the 1989 Pure Strength competition.
And the race is on, up the cobbled hill. And now each man has to pick up a 200-pound barrel and race it to the top of the hill. OD has his barrel, but it doesn't look securely balanced. No, in fact, it trips on the first bend. Oh, and it's a disaster as the barrel goes over the wall and into the courtyard below. But Kazmaier has decided to give his partner a chance to retrieve his barrel by using blocking tactics to delay the Icelander. There'll be some trouble now, and yes, referee Jeff Capes penalises the Americans. And that was a pretty risky thing. The barrel Kazmaier knocked off the Icelander's shoulders actually glanced off his own partner, OD, in the lower courtyard.
I'm pretty lucky to be here after what happened to me just now, but I'm here, ready to go on with the competition.
Under 90 kilo world champion Nikolai Myers attempts a world record dumbbell press.
Is that right?
Come on, Nick! Yep!
That's not right. That's not right.
You got it in your head, Nick. You got it.
No, that's
You got this.
I'm telling you, that's not 252 pounds. That's heavy as fuck.
Could well be that the dumbbell just feels a little bit different.
You know, when
it could well be that there's been a mistake in terms of loading.
Yeah, this is something, you know, that they may not have used before.
And they had an extra plate. So that's very frustrating as the athlete.
Oh, somebody kill me, please!
He needs to compose himself.
Right, so let's go. Come on. Up.
Another weird event, this time with the athletes holding a sword towards the referee's throat. This was made even weirder by the fact that Jamie Reeves and Jeff Capes weren't exactly friends at the time.
Takes the weight of that 25-pound sword, 6 feet long, concentrating right down the blade of the sword at Jeff Capes' throat. Immediate aim, 41 seconds, then he'll hang on for as long as possible.
Mikhail Shivlikov shows us what RPE 100 looks like while pulling a Masters deadlift world record.
Self-end. Come on, Shiv. Come on, let's go. Here we go. Come on, it's moving. It's over the knees. Come on. Come on.
He's got it.
The blood's coming out. Come on, look it up.
Let's go.
Can he fix it? He's shaking. Goodly. Wow. He gets it down signal from us.
There's nothing more delightful than watching a strongman dance.
Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body liner. We like to party. We like to party. I'm sexy and I know it.
Grizzly Brown scares small children during the champagne hold.
Nothing theatrical about that yell. I suspect you'll give him the answer quickly.
Richard Panganaban bends over backwards to win the under 80 kilo world title.
Oh, that's 325 pounds. Tommy on to the 6th and final stone.
Kaz is less than impressed with the equipment malfunction on the train pull.
Now that's what I call power.
JF CARON makes light work of the 438 kilo squat, winning the event with more left in the tank. The first ever max deadlift event at the World's Strongest Man was a pretty wild one. The car they're lifting here has no purpose-built frame or handles, and who the hell knows what the lockout's supposed to look like.
No difficulty in bringing that weight off the ground and showing no advances.
The Strongman Champions League in China. I'll let the photos do the talking. Brian Shaw to the max, making him lift the Atlas Stone 11 times to make his last World's Strongest Man final. Don Reinhoudt narrowly avoids having a very bad day during the 1978 trample.
Coming in with a good time. Look at the big guy. Oh, Reinhardt's down. Get in there quickly. They stopped the tram before it ran over him.
Giants Live fans enjoyed their first ever streaker at the 2023 Europe's Strongest Man. Strongwoman Gabby Dixon beats Martine Zlissis, Kevin Ferris and Gavin Bilton in the Hercules hold. Alexei Novikov misses out on a place in the final despite his 7-point lead over Trey Mitchell, thanks to losing in the stone-off. One of the most original event ideas we've seen has to be the Hurricane, where strongmen battle gale force winds while carrying a 50-kilo plexiglass shield. My goodness.
Spikes on his shoes, which is helping him a great deal.
Mitch Hooper destroys the competition in the yoke interlock medley, beating second place by 14 seconds. World's Strongest Man legend Jim Pollock takes an Atlas stone to the ankle when Laszlo Fekete fails to control his stones.
He has it. Oh, look at the Jim Pollock, an impromptu. It's another white flag for him. Almost takes Jim Pollock out again.
Kaz starts to feel impatient, waiting for his down signal on the Viking deadlift.
Kazmaier to equal the new world record, and he's struggling. He hasn't got it.
What do you want, mate?
What? Bill Anderson says you didn't lock out. It's not a good lift.
Torfi Olofsson resorts to crawling to the finish line during the 1998 World's Strongest Man CARON.
Olofsson sprinting for the line, falling over, and De Bruin beating him by a short head.
Canadian strongman Tom McGee psychs himself up for the squat lift. Jan Paul Sigmarsson is too powerful for the 1988 World's Strongest Man truck pull.
John Paul's rope has snapped. Too much power, roars John Paul. Well, maybe so.
Back to the 1984 Europe's Strongest Man, where athletes were expected to compete in a tug-of-war event in the pouring rain and slippy mud. It must have been in England.
And there aren't many capes that'll keep our Jeff dry in this sort of weather.
More interesting costumes now, this time at the Europe's Strongest Man 2017. I swear I've seen this look before. After tearing his bicep on the yoke into the shield carry, Mateusz lifts 8 Atlas stones to secure his win at Worcester by. Vasil Verastiuk was a seriously tough competitor, as demonstrated when he popped a dislocated finger back into place halfway through the tire flip.
If he start there, oh goodness, he looked like he's popped his finger. I think that was a dislocation. His finger was sitting at a funny angle, not quite sure what was going on there.
Maciej Belsak introduces audiences to a new stone to shoulder technique. It's called the Belsak bounce.
Very easy. Whoa, hang on a minute. Look at that.
Forget Mystic Mac. Back in 2001, Phil Pfister was predicting the future in the Hercules hold. Grizzly Brown has zero interest in running during the 1985 loading race.
You will observe that Grizzly has turned tourist. So why not just keep Tom McGee company? But as a lovable human being, not one jot.
Brian Shaw carries an outrageously heavy 710 kilo bale tote, 7 seconds faster than anyone else. Andrea Thompson destroys the competition at the 2022 Arnold Pro Women's Show, pulling 800 pounds on the Hummer tire deadlift. One of the single most impressive performances from the incredible Mateusz Kieliszkowski was the stone to shoulder, which he was able to do 5 times, whereas even a prime Thor Bjornsson was only able to get 1 rep.
5 times, 5 five-time WCW champion. Now can you dig that?
Sister Vrugud horrifies onlookers during the bar bend. Disgusting.
De Brucht here is relying on sheer strength. Just look at that upper arm development.
Come on, Endor, come on, Brian. Come on, come on.
The moment Strongman dread, and Big Holm looks alarmed, and no wonder. It looked like a sickening injury.
Bad. That's bad.
Andrew Reigns finds an ingenious way to get around his short wingspan in the shield carry.
Only 5'6" tall, seems to be hanging on to a loop of something. That's going to help his grip, but I'm not sure it's allowed. I wonder what Douglas Edmonds, the referee, will make of that.
Mikhail Shivlikov feeling the pressure in the elephant bar deadlift. My God, it's a bloodbath. The log cut from the 1989's Pure Strength team competition looks like something from a comedy skit, with my favourite moment being when Odie Wilson looks like he's taking the dog for a walk.
As the British start to chop through the log, the Americans finally have their log in position. All they have to do is break those logs in half. And OD has decided to use his massive weight to speed things along. And it works. Kazmaier well on his way now to the battlements. OD's dragging his log along. Looks like he's taking a dog for a walk, but this dog weighs a staggering 300 pounds, but he's not hurrying, taking it very easy there. And that's a disaster for the British, as Mark Higgins gets the entire 300-pound weight on his stomach. But the Americans slow to start, fast to finish.
Derek Poundstone narrowly misses out on winning the world's strongest man, while an elated Pudzianowski gives him a hearty backslap mid-lift. After watching the open weight women try and fail to lift the Dinny Stones, which have a combined weight of 332 kilos, under 64 kilo athlete Chloe Brennan steps up and makes the impossible possible. Monster deadlifters JF Caron and Jerry Pritchett have an epic showdown on the Hummer-Tire deadlift.
Wow. And he gets it. What's happening here?
Big Z's first World's Strongest Man appearance way back in 1998 ended with him having a spot of bother on the Atlas Stones.
That seems the best strategy.
Bill, he is lucky to be walking.
After 4 years of hostility, Eddie Hall and Thor Bjornsson settle their differences in the boxing ring.
Take that! Catch him! Catch him!
Rauno Hainler pulls 476 kilos at the 2022 Deadlift World Championships to take the win and obliterate the Masters world record.
I believe that he can do it because he believes.
You've just taken the Masters world record up by 36 kilos. Yeah. So that's nice.
Heartbreak for Eddie Hall when he's disallowed a world record deadlift after dropping the bar at the top of the lift.
What are we seeing?
He was given the down signal, but it's in the rules, you can't drop.
And speaking of mistakes, Webster made a real big one when he blew the whistle on Kaz's sausage hold.
Down! David Webster has stopped him.
Down! You made a big mistake, Webster. A real big one.
The strongmen show off their big red rockets at the Giants Live Australia.
All the athletes have to do is get it off the ground, and he's done it. Well, he's got to get that one. Yes, he has. Oh, in his shoes, you can see his foot oozing over the sole. He's done it, though.
Mitch Hooper leaves the competition in the dust with this 500 kilo yoke run that he completes in 5.7 seconds. A 22-year-old Whit Baskin holds the deadlift hold for 2 minutes and 20 seconds, almost a full minute longer than anyone else.
Unbelievable. And Fekete, totally perplexed.
Eddie Hall tries out a new technique in the 2014 World's Strongest Man loading race. Throwing next from the 2006 Arnold's Strongman Classic, but Pudzianowski forgets it's for height and throws the weight into the crowd.
He's very explosive. Wildly explosive is Pudzianowski. Oh! Well, it's gone off into the crowd. Hasn't hit anybody. Thank goodness. Some fast moves there from some of the people in the front row, but Pudzianowski, he goes out and will have to settle for 19 feet 6 inches. Look at that, the grip just giving way.
Brian Shaw destroys the competition on the boat pull in his first World's Strongest Man final.
The water. Oh my goodness. That is almost 7 seconds faster than Mariusz Pudzianowski.
Another classic strongman event, this time the gravel shovel from 1990's World's Strongest Man.
Yes, the tall men are at an advantage, whereas the short men are at a disadvantage.
The 1980 World's Strongest Man finished with a 9-minute long tug-of-war battle between Jeff Capes and Bill Kazmaier.
Already 3 minutes have gone, and both men seem to have dug in. 8.5 minutes gone. And it's Kazmaier who's psyched out Capes.
An emotional moment for Glenn Ross when he learns that he hasn't made the final after losing out on countback.
Oh my goodness, Glenn Ross has done it. His wife is shouting and screaming, congratulations.
So if I get ROLEPLAY through on countback, 1 plus for 2 seconds to 1 plus.
Strength thing was the stones, you know. You get all 5 up. You deserve to go through the final and just got it.
Mark Felix on the Hercules hold, an event he's won 8 times in competition, most recently aged 56 years old at the World Team Championships. And speaking of the World Team Championships, it's brought back one of the most iconic events from retro strongman, the tug of war. Anders Muromets sets a record-breaking time, finishing the 400 kilo timber carry in 6.87 seconds. Your very own Uncle Oz is taken down by the Norse hammer in dramatic fashion.
Come on, Lars! Come on, Lars, keep it going!
Stupid event. Belsac completes an absolutely ridiculous 20 reps on the last man standing Atlas Stones, and it's still not enough to make the final. Magnus Ver Magnusson steps into the 1991 World's Strongest Man as a late call-up after Jean-Paul Sigmarsson is injured. He's supposed to be the equipment tester, and he ends up winning the whole thing.
Probably one of the toughest little guys I've ever seen.
Vasil Varastyuk gets emotional after winning the biggest title in the sport.
He's got it! We have a new world's strongest man, and the Ukraine have their very first superb!
Jean-Paul Sigmarsson, the OG entertainer.
I bloody told you! I am the strongest! I am the Viking! Look at this! Not the Eskimo! I'm a Viking! I started Viking power! How about that?
I'm a little bit crazy.
And staying with Jean-Paul, there was no way he was letting Jean-Pierre get away with avoiding the tank.
Well, it would appear that Monsieur Brewer isn't too keen on early morning dips, but a man from Reykjavik has other ideas. This is French synchronized swimming.
Zdrunas Savickas absolutely dominated the log lift world record and single-handedly took it from 190 kilos to 228 between 2005 and 2015. His 228 kilo record stood for 6 years. And the man who went on to break the record was Iron Bibi at the Giants Live World Tour Finals. At the 2023 World's Strongest Man, Pavlo Kordiaka loses an event win in the shield carry after failing to cross the line and having 18 meters deducted from his final distance. And on that very same event, after seeing Tom Stoltman go down with the shield, Mitch Hooper crab walks his way to victory. After tearing his pec on the bar bend, Kaz refuses to pull out of the competition and goes on to take an easy win in the squat lift.
And listen to Kazmaier. 969 pounds.
Legs right here! You decide!
Iron Bibi breaks the axle press world record after failing the lift on his first 2 attempts. Tom Stoltman successfully lifts an incredible 286 kilo Atlas stone in the worst feats of strength.
He's over and he's cleared it. Wow. Wow. Wow.
It wasn't even that hard for him.
Think we're done with the weird and silly events? Hell no! Here's Murderball.
Off we go, and it's Rasmussen with the globe just over the advantage line. It's as simple as that.
Murderball not silly enough for you? Then check out this iconic medley where the strongmen compete in a sack race, a rope climb, a light bench press for reps, followed by a sprint. Hell, there's probably tiddlywinks going on in the background somewhere too.
Kiloa kääriytyy pussiin ja pomppii kuin tennispallo. Tässä tennispallossa on vain se ero siihen normaaliin tennispalloon, että mikäli tätä lyö, niin saattaa olla, että sen jälkeen lyö kirkon kellot. Eipä silti mitä isompi mies, sitä leppoisampi on. Ja sinne 100 kiloa vedettiin ylös, käsi merkkiin ja sitten Jouko. Nyt nopeasti takaisin, nimittäin Jouko juoksi ohi. Vielä jäi 1000 kiloa punnertamatta ylös, eli 10 kertaa 100 kiloa penkiltä ylös. Ja Joukoltahan se toki menee. Hänhän on eräs ehkä maamme parhaimpia penkkipunnertajia ja tämä rauta tuntuu olevan todella kevyttä näiden miesten käsissä. Ja siellä 10. kerta ja sen jälkeen maali.
In a rare moment of public self-assurance, Brian Shaw says he doesn't think his time on the keg toss is beatable. But just moments later, Thor Bjornsson goes out and beats it.
I don't think that that's beatable. I'm going to throw that out there. Normally I wouldn't say that, but that was really, really good.
Those are coming a long way over the top. Oh, he just clears it. Look at the time. 16:35, a quarter of a second faster.
Gobsmacked. Shaw is gobsmacked. We all are.
A terrifying Bill Kazmaier scares poor John Gamble out of the ring in the wrestling event. Alexei Novikov pulls an incredible 549 kilo world record on the HOBERL deadlift. While it's one of the scariest looking injuries in strongman, remarkably the athlete Craig Bongelli walks away with nothing more than bruising. Brian Shaw's sack falls from the platform in the loading race, which ultimately cost him his first World's Strongest Man title. Meanwhile, Zadrunas quietly drowns in the background. After suffering a calf tear in the truck pull in the group stages, Mariusz Pudzianowski goes on to win the whole competition, including the plane pull event in the final.
Tells you that he's working as hard as he possibly can. And he has done it!
One of the OG King of the Stones, Harold Haugen, finishes the World's Strongest Man stone run in an incredible 16.14 seconds.
And he has done it. Harold Haugen crushes the competition. 16 seconds.
At the 2021 World Deadlift Championships, 7 athletes lifted 1,000 pounds or more. 7! The Moose, Mitch Hooper, wins both the Arnold Strongman Classic and the World's Strongest Man within the first 12 months of his first ever international strongman competition.
What a first year for this man. Just to go from no one knowing who he was a year ago to his first Worlds, made the final. He's been on the podium of every single contest that he's done, and now he's the Arnold Strongman Classic, and we're coming for World's Strongest Man. Fucking bad.
Odie Wilson is robbed of victory in the 1990 World's Strongest Man. He was leading the competition by 6 points, but it was all lost on the final event, a 200-meter track race carrying bricks.
I will win. I will win. OD will win. So when it comes down to pure strength, I am the strongest man on this planet.
We've talked about Zadrunas' log records, but one of his best performances on the log was the 2011 World's Strongest Man final, where he puts up an incredible 10 repetitions after already completing 10 events.
Laurence Shahlaei has done it once 5 as well, and Shaw is struggling on number 5. And this for the lead. Zaviskus gets it, what Terry Hollands did. Zaviskus goes to number 9. Guess he doesn't know what time or how many he's done. He's just putting on a show now. Again.
Our final and probably most gruesome injury in this list is where Mega Man Nathan Jones broke his arm while trying to win an arm wrestling match against former European arm wrestling champion Magnus Samuelsson.
You won't win this easy. You won't win this easy.
Oh my goodness! Nathan is down.
I've probably broken his arm.
Eddie Hall's 472.5 kilo deadlift, which he completed 10 events into the 2017 World's Strongest Man, is one of the most impressive deadlifts I've ever witnessed.
Wow. What can you say?
Mateusz Kiliashkowski hits an incredible 150 kilo world record dumbbell press. The most dominant win in World's Strongest Man history was when the Dominator himself, Mariusz Pudzianowski, finishes the 2003 competition a full 20 points ahead of second place.
Nobody's ever dominated the final like he has done here.
He's very impressive.
Unbelievable strong. He's a really good athlete. I think he's probably the best strongman ever.
He's not from this planet.
Another Kaz entry, this time on the max deadlift, where he pulled the winning weight for not 1 but 2 repetitions to prove to the referees that there was no issue with his lockout.
Who's that?
Finally, 11 years after his debut performance, Zydrunas wins the World's Strongest Man. Considering 11 years is longer than many strongman careers, it's truly incredible that he then went on to win a further 3 times. Only 3 men were able to finish these power stairs, but Mariusz Pudzianowski made it look easy.
He's got a step and a half lead over Phil. Phil with a mark to beat 54.33, and Mariusz Pudzianowski will stop the clock at 40.94.
Thor Bjornsson pulls a 501 kilo deadlift live on ESPN during lockdown, looking like he had more in the tank. While no other athlete was able to get a single rep with the 205 kilo Austrian oak, Zydrunas put it up for 4 repetitions. He then went on and did the same again the following year. And finally we finish with Eddie Hall's groundbreaking 500 kilo deadlift. The record before the event was 464 kilos, and nobody thought it could be done. Well, nobody except Eddie Hall. That's our list, guys. Let us know your greatest holy shit moments in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you let us know by hitting the like button and subscribing so you don't miss any of our awesome strength content.